What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be learning about indigenous people. This topic was picked by my best friend's mom. So she decided, she asked me, can you do this video? So I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do it. So here's the video. I know it took 2 weeks for me to post it, but regardless to that fact, this is the video. I know because I've been very busy the last 2 weeks. That's 14 whole days. I don't know why I'm holding up a 5, but 1, 4. So anyway, like and subscribe, post notifications. We're almost at 50, just 7 more. If we hit 50 subscribers by the end of September, August 1st, I'm gonna make a little video. You know what? If we hit that, I'm gonna make a video. And then the first person to comment on that video, you decide what you want me to do. You can do like anything, like you can make me do a challenge, a soccer thing, or something. I don't know. But if you want that, just do something. You can make me do something gross, like eat peanut butter with mayo in it. I don't have peanut butter, but still something like that. If I have 50 subs by that, if you guys want to do a video that you want me to do, like if it's a learning, so if you want me to do a learning that you want to know info about, just ask me. I'm down to do it. So anyway, 50 subs though. We need them subscribers. So you better like and subscribe. So anyway, let's get on with the video. Who are the indigenous people? Indigenous people were the first people on Canada. USA had won their independence, which they fought against Britain to get 100 years before they were known. Back then, the most valuable thing was beaver fur. All beavers went extinct in Europe because they did not take care of them, they did not feed them. All they did was hunt them, which was not good because beaver fur was the one thing they desired. They were only in Canada at that point because Canada had the most beaver populated country in the world. So the beaver population was highest there. So the British traveled to India for spices, but since there were no GPSs or any of those technologies we have to find our things on our phone or everything, they did not have that, but ended up landing in Canada due to that. During the trip, many sailors became sick and ill. Some even died. The British met people around the area. They were the indigenous people, more known as First Nations. They realized the sailors were sick and they cured them with medicine, which is made by pine trees and somehow tobacco, which is not good for you. Soon they started trading. That's when the British realized they had beaver fur. And if you were the British and you saw them and they had beaver fur, knowing that it's one of the best things, you can sell on the black market for up to $500, $600, or even $1,000. It's so good. It keeps you warm, cozy. It feels nice. British people would go crazy. I'm pretty sure you would too if you were a British person. Eventually, British kept it a secret from other European countries. However, France, very, very smart, found out and started trading as well. So now both countries are trading secret. Soon, both countries got mad at each other. They found out. They started a war between them in Canada. First Nations did not fight. They're like, we gonna back up. We ain't gonna fight. And they let them fight on an empty ground where there was no one around to get injured. The indigenous people did not have any weapons that could destroy France and England had, because England and France had some of the best weapons. Actually, the best weapons. Not even America had it back then. Britain and France had some of the best weapons to kill. England had won the war, so they got control over Canada. However, the British government felt bad that they embarrassed the French government, and they said that they will control the country, which is now, as we see, Britain is controlling it. But the children of Canada, when they are growing up, must learn French growing up. As a student in grade 6, I learned French. Bonjour, comment ça va? Je from the Finlandais. That's French. And I forgot, je l'ai le garçon, that means I'm a boy. See, I learned French over the courses. That's why this is a rule. That is why the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, is on the $20 bill. And all the children of Canada learn French growing up. What were the types of Indigenous people? There are 3 types of Aboriginal people. The Canadian Constitution describes them as First Nations, Inuit, and Métis. First Nations were the most known Indigenous people. All kids in Canada learn the history of Indigenous people when they're in grade 3. As they grow higher, they learn more about Indigenous people. As a kid in school, again, I learned about this when I was going through. Now, 3 years of information about First Nations. I'm in grade 6. In the First Nations, there are tribes. Those were the Anishinaabe, Algonquin, Haudenosaunee, Tuscarora, Wyandot, and many more. Inuit and Métis had many tribes, some tribes, but not as many as First Nations. What happened before British arrived at Canada? Before the British arrived at Canada, the First Nations had equal land. There was no wars, no fighting. However, First Nations did not have high technology from other countries. They had spears, daggers, dagger is a knife if you want to know, bows and arrows. When more advanced countries like USA, England, France, cannons, missiles, and even planes with weapons on it. Some First Nations had wars with each other, but they would have, they had some wars, but that's not good. But they weren't big wars, and not a lot of people died. Before, they had more crops and beavers in the land because the First Nations were smarter and did not kill every single beaver like the British people, which killed every beaver. The First Nations would take care of their beavers and feed them. One tribe did not have what they needed. They would trade with other tribes. All of this happened for at least another 5-10 years or even more. And then British came and changed Canada forever. What happened to the First Nations after the British won the war? You might think that it was going great after the war, but it was going terrible at the start. The trading system became out of hand and started causing riots and chaos around towns. So the British government decided to create a place where the First Nations and British would trade. First Nations kids were taught French before their own language. That's crazy. They don't even learn their language and they learn French more than it. It's kind of messed up. The First Nations got very mad at that situation. So the British government decided that kids would learn both languages equally, which became the problem fixed. As you can see, most problems are getting fixed, but this one, oh boy, holy moly. After that, things ran smoothly until the beaver population started going down, down, down. But the British said, we will continue hunting for beavers. We won the war and we take control over your country. However, things got even worse. So the trading of beaver fur slowed down and the hunting. Photos of First Nations. As you can see, this is what they used to wear, what they used to ride, what their homes look like. All of this is what they used to do. It looks very oldish photos, yes, because this was around 200 years ago, 150 150, 170 to be exact. I actually don't know. I haven't searched that up recently. So, but those are some photos from hundreds of years ago. Super cool challenge. Since I have not uploaded in 2 weeks, I owe it to you guys. Whoever comments in a video, I will shout them out at the end of the next video. So the first comment on this video will get a shout out in my next video. I'll shout out their comment and them at the end of the next video. So you got 24 hours. So the first one I see in 24 hours, I'm going to be checking right after. And I see one comment. If there's two, I shout out both things. Because I really want to shout out you guys. And you guys are really nice. You guys so many nice comments. So here we go. 24 hours, you got your comment challenge. Hit it. Hope you enjoyed. Let's spice it up a little bit. Let's not say peace. You guys ready? We're going to say, you know what? You ready? 3, 2, 1. See ya! Peace!